Josh, thank you so much for joining me here today, man. It's great to have you in the building. I want to talk to you about your footballing history a little bit because you've burst onto the scene in the famous words of Micah Rich this season, but I think it'd be good for people to find out a little bit more about you. How long have you been at Fulham now?
Yeah, I've been at Fulham a long time now. I started when I was about 5 years old. I got signed, or I started at the pre-academy, and then at the age of 9, I got like a sort of contract, which is like a pre-contract, and then sort of worked my way up the ranks. And then at the age of 16, 17, I sort of started training with the first team and stuff, getting a few opportunities. I was on the bench a little bit a couple seasons ago, and then last season I had my first start, my debut and stuff, and then this season, yeah, I guess you could call it a breakthrough. It's been good. I've had a lot of game time, so yeah, it's been enjoyable.
I want to take you back to when you signed here at 5 then. Do you remember coming here that young? What was that like?
You know what, it was actually a slightly different place. Like, there was Motspur Park, which is where we are now, but there was also LSE, which was basically like a cricket pitch. And it was actually one of the best parts of my life, to be honest, because it was just for the love of the game, the enjoyment. I used to get brought by my dad and stuff, so credit to him for trekking every day and coming to training and stuff. And yeah, then around, I think the age of 7 or 8, then we started training here a little bit more on the dome, on the AstroTurf, and that was obviously enjoyable. And there's a lot of good coaches who have sort of helped me progress to this day.
Have you always been like, football is my obsession, this is my thing, or have you been like multi-sport, trying other things?
Yeah, no, I used to actually play a bit of rugby, which you'd probably be surprised because of my stature. I'm not probably the one you probably expect to play rugby, but yeah, I used to play a bit of rugby, fly half, used to dabble in that, which was good.
Kicking.
And then, yeah, other than that, it's mainly been football. I sort of made a decision when I was about 10 or 11 to sort of pursue it, but I feel like up until the age of 14, 15, I was really just doing it for the enjoyment, and I still am, but it was all just sort of just enjoy myself, play, spend time with my friends, and I think that probably helped me progress to where I am today.
Yeah, I mean, the academy here is competitive, every Premier League academy, but what is it like coming through at a Premier League academy? Is it really tough? You've got to come in working hard every single day?
Yeah, I feel like part of it is just turning up, which is like a really big deal. Part of it, obviously, when you turn up every day and you work hard on something every day, you're obviously going to get better and better. And I think Fulham, especially as an academy, is like superb. I feel like there's a lot of good players who've come through Fulham, and it's kind of like a family environment, which is really nice. And it's sort of somewhere where I sort of grew up. I call it my second home almost, because it's somewhere where like I spent a lot of hours here working and enjoying myself and playing football and making friends for life.
So if you're still friends with loads of the academy boys here, presumably as well, because obviously you've grown up, you've talked about your second family there, you must know basically everybody here.
Yeah, no, I feel like sometimes I'm saying hello to everyone as I walk in. I'm the cleaners, the chefs, whatever. But no, that is why it's such a good place to be. And even I think my own age group, like there's a lot of people who are still here, who was here when they were about 10, 11. Like,
it's crazy.
I think 6 or 7 of the same people here. So like we've obviously become really good friends over time, and I feel like that's nice to have those people here still, whilst obviously making new friends in the first team and enjoy myself.
Obviously you spoke about your family bringing you to training every day. They must be like so involved in your development here as well. You must credit them so much, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm so grateful for them. Probably beyond words could describe. And I feel like, especially my mum and dad, they're people who have always been supportive of me, and they've never put pressure on me. And I feel like that's part of the reason why I've sort of got to where I am, because I feel like when you're at a younger age and you've got a lot of pressure on your shoulders, sometimes that pressure can get to you. And I feel like the fact that they were so supportive of me and they were so willing to do the hours, the journeys, the long drives and stuff really helped me. And obviously then I have an older brother, shout out to him, he's 24, and yeah, he's a really good support system for me as well. And he actually doesn't really like football that much, but sometimes it's kind of nice to have that sort of other side to things where I can sort of bounce ideas off him, and he's sort of like a person outside of the football industry, which is always nice as well.
Is it a footballing family? Any good players, or are you like stand out?
I'd probably stand out. My dad used to play for Croydon Athletics.
Okay.
So he was okay. He was a good level. And my uncle used to be the quickest sprinter in England at the age of 15. So
really,
I don't think I got that gene. I'm more agile. But it yeah, there's a little bit. My mum was a bit sporty, so no, there's a bit of genes in the family.
And what about you through the academy setup then? Have you always played the same way? This sort of like tricky, creative player, or are we talking a centre-back, a striker? What were we when we were younger?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was always sort of like a bit of a jinky player, if I can say that. So I'm a little bit tricky. I always used to like receive the ball, turn, drive forward. And I feel like that's probably part of the reason why I've done well so far this season, just because I haven't really changed. I've tried to do what I do, or do what I did in the academy, and bring it into first team football. I used to play, I feel like as a kid you've played every position, but majority I played like central attacking midfielder. Yeah. And then I dropped to like a 6 or CDM for a couple of seasons when I was about 15, 16, which was interesting. It was definitely good for my development. It meant I got a lot of the ball and stuff, and I was able to sort of dictate play, and then now back to sort of more of an attacking position, which is nice.
Obviously, when you're in that academy setup, like you said, you're changing positions, and then you go to the first team. Do you remember your first time training with the first team? What was that like here?
I do. It was a bit nerve-wracking. I feel like all I tried to do, and I got told a lot by the other players who were really supportive about it, just express yourself and try to do the things, like I said, which you do in the academy, which you then can bring into the first team, because I feel like that's how you stand out, and that's how you get a look in, and the manager sort of thinks, yeah, this person is doing the same things and he's doing the things which got him here. Like, just don't change really.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you made your debut pretty quickly as well. Were you nervous on debut day? Did you know you were going to make your debut?
You know what? I think I was more nervous for my first start, because I had, so I made my debut against Brighton around last Christmas, a bit before. And then the week after I had my first start. And obviously when you start, you sort of know you're starting a little bit beforehand. Yeah. So it gives that time for the nerves to build up. Whereas for the Brighton game, I was more just like, because obviously I was on the bench and it was like the 75th minute or whatever. Yeah. The gaffer was just like, yeah, let's go. So I was like, okay. And
throw you off.
Yeah, you sort of just like, thrown straight in there. So it's more, just a bit more nerve-wracking for the start, I guess. But no, I was nervous, but it was more exciting for like something new. Like, it's every kid's dream really. So for me, it was just exciting to get out there and play at the Cottage.
Talk to us a little bit about what that step up in level is like. Because obviously academy football is excellent across the country, but the Premier League is just a totally different stratosphere. So how did you find that step up? Is it just ridiculous?
Yeah, there definitely is a big step up. I think the main step up is the speed of play, like the speed that you have pressure on you, the speed that you have to think, that extra split-second decision which can affect the game between a goal and an assist, or you losing the ball, or etc. That's a really big part of it. So I think the speed, and obviously then there becomes a little bit of physicality as well with that. But I think I was prepared quite well. I had been training with the first team for about 3-4 months, maybe even longer. So I definitely got used to the speed of the game and the physicality, which was good. And credit to the manager for sort of preparing me in that way. And yeah, then I sort of just went and tried to express myself on the pitch. Yeah,
you've mentioned the manager a couple of times there. I want to go into detail about Marcus Silva, because I mean, what a job he's done here, and in your development as well. He must be so crucial for you.
Yeah, 100%. I'm forever grateful for him as well. Obviously, the person who gives you that first opportunity is such a big part of your journey, and I'm really grateful for him for that. And he's also someone who I've always felt like I can sort of bounce ideas off, and tactically, like, he's someone who always wants to help your understanding of the game, and that's something which is really helpful to have as a young player. And even the trust he's instilled in me this season, especially. I mean, like, starting so many games at the start of the season as a young player is a little bit crazy for me, and it's something which I just have to be grateful for. And obviously we have a good trust and a good bond between us, which hopefully continues.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even when you've had slight dips, you know, the mistake against Brentford, him afterwards, and your teammates afterwards, is so brilliant to see.
I know. And I think that's just a credit to the dressing room and the type of manager and the type of players we have here. They're a team, or we're a team, which picks each other up when people make mistakes, that we're not people to dig each other out. And I think that's just a credit to the dressing room we have here, because it's a really good bond.
Who are you close to in that dressing room then? Who are we talking? Who do you sit next to?
So in the change room, I sit next to Timothy Castagne.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, very funny guy, and I really get on with him. He's a good guy. Tom Kearney's always a funny one as well. I sit quite close to him in the change room, and obviously there's, I guess, the storyline of us coming out together and stuff, so we get along. there's the main culprits who are funny with everyone, Alex, Calvin, I mean all of those type of people who have obviously made me feel really welcome as well. Anthony Robinson as well. There's a lot of players. I'm pretty much naming half the squad.
Name the squad.
But, yeah, but there's a lot of players, and yeah, it's a really good squad. And I think I've always spoken even to my family about it, saying like I'm really glad I came through Fulham partly because of the squad there is and the people who are here to sort of support me and help me with my development.
Yeah, you mentioned Tom there, obviously such a vital part of this club and his development here through the years. Is he somebody you're sort of looking up to as like his career path has been so excellent?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, his career's been incredible.
Yeah.
The amount of games, top flight games he's played, championship games he's played. I was actually there when he scored in the playoff final.
Wow.
At Wembley a few years ago, and that was incredible. And yeah, he's a really good guy, and he's a credit to sort of the football club. He almost epitomises what we have as a team and a club, and he's a really good role model for me.
So were you in the Fulham fans when that went in?
I was screaming as a 10-year-old. I was loving it. Yeah, no, that was a good day. It was a very good day.
I can imagine. I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about Ryan Sessegnon. Obviously, he's a player who came through the academy, much like yourself. He's still here now. He's achieved so much in the game. It's a real testament to the academy setup here, isn't it, to see players like him and yourself in the team? Yeah,
100%. I think in our first few games, we've I've played against at least 2 academy products and played with one. Obviously, Sessegnon played against Fabio, Harvey Elliott on the weekend. Like, there's a lot of people who came through Fulham Academy. That's definitely a credit to the academy. Words on Sess, he's a really good person. Like he's one of those people who are really genuine and really care about his friends and his family and stuff. And he's someone who I'm really grateful to have in the team as well, for sure.
And he's a player who obviously won the Under-19 Euros, didn't he? All the way back when he did. You competed in it this summer. How did you find that as an experience?
Yeah, it was a really good experience. I mean, international football is always a little bit different to club football. Yeah. I feel like obviously there's maybe that slight added buzz, that added pressure because you're playing for your country. But no, it was a really good experience. We didn't sort of get where we wanted to get. It was a tough group. It was a very tough group, and we didn't really get what we wanted to get out of it. But at the same time, look, it was a really good experience, and there was a lot of good sort of learning I took from it. I actually got 2 yellow cards in the first 2 games, which means I missed the 3rd game. Okay. And then we ended up losing the 3rd game, so that was a bit of a blow. But it's obviously something you sort of learn from and then take into other parts of your life. Yeah,
obviously you've had so many learnings this season. You're developing so quickly. I mean, the goal didn't count against Chelsea. Let's touch it, man. The feeling when that hit the net must have been wild.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I can't describe that feeling. Like, it was incredible. Yeah, that feeling was like no other. And I feel like that's also something which is, because the feeling is almost addictive, it just makes you want to do it more and more. Like, that's why I can understand why Ronaldo's been doing it for so long. Like, it's that feeling which you just want to score and score and score. And obviously I haven't got my first goal yet, but I feel like it's definitely coming, and it's something which I'm still working towards. For
sure. What are you working towards this season? Have you set yourself goals? What you want to accomplish? How many goals you want to score? How many assists you want to get?
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the season, I was more just about playing and sort of, I guess, creating a name for myself and sort of just having that game time, that ability to create chances and score goals. But obviously, as I've played more and more, it's now I'm learning a lot, and it's again still about improving as a player and a person. But obviously, then football is partly about statistics as well. And I haven't really set myself a number. I'm trying not to put pressure on myself, but definitely I'd like to be getting in the goals and assists for sure soon.
What about as a team? Because obviously last season, records points tally. Are you hoping to better it this season? European football, what are we talking?
I mean, as a team, we're always pushing for more. I think the result against Villa recently was obviously a little bit disappointing, but we're always pushing for more. It's been quite a good start to the season, and we're just sort of pushing to push higher up the table, and obviously if that means getting to Europe, then that would be amazing. Final
question then, career goals. What's the one aspiration you want to hit? Is it World Cup? Is it Champions League? What is the one thing you want to win?
I think the World Cup is a big one. I think that's a really cool thing to win. Obviously, I've got lots of aspirations. I mean, when I was 8 years old, I used to say that I wanted to be the best midfielder ever, but it's a difficult feat. But obviously, the high high ceiling, high aspirations. But yeah, no, the world's an oyster, so we'll see what happens.
Josh, mate, love that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.